Hi friends, it's Lacey from Pandamonium Publishing House. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone is doing well. I just wanted to update you on some brand new releases that we have coming out this month and that have just dropped. So for the end of September, beginning of October, there are a bunch of new titles that I'm super excited to chat with you about. But I have something really exciting to tell you first. We have our official youngest author ever join Pandamonium Publishing House. She has joined our team, and her name is Kennedy N. Kerr, and she is the author of the Swift Kids Mystery Series, and book number 1 is titled Easter in Danger. So I'm going to show you the cover in just a second to show you this fabulous brand new middle grade novel. And it actually is on the hot new releases in spot number 2 and 3 in 3 different categories. So what an accomplishment for Kennedy to be 8 years old, to have her book on Amazon Hot New Releases bestsellers list, and to have even written a book in the first place. So I think that's something that everyone should be really proud of and really celebrate, because what an accomplishment at such a young age. And you know what? The sooner we can get kids reading and writing and just igniting that love of literacy in them, the better. We know how important that is. So we have Easter in Danger, and it is a middle grade novel by Kennedy N. Kerr. And it is such a wonderful book that really gives you a good mystery. And good mysteries are hard to write, so this is actually very impressive in terms of the middle grade novel genre and keeping your attention. So I absolutely love this book, couldn't put it down. And it is about friends who live in this small town, and there is this big Easter festival happening, and what they have to do is they have to solve a mystery, because if they don't, then the Easter egg hunt for the town is going to be in jeopardy. So it's a fabulous book for kids ages 8 to 12, I would say, for sure, depending on the reading level, of course. And it's just a really fun story that really captures excitement and friendship and doing the right thing. So there are some values in there as well that are really, really excellent for kids to learn about without being preachy, of course. So that is one of our brand new books, and I'll show you the cover page in just a couple of minutes. But also, this book is available on Amazon. It's going to be available soon, and Indigo and Chapters and Barnes & Noble. It's up already, and we also have the ebook available. So if you are looking for a fantastic read for your middle grade novelist, or middle grade reader, Kennedy is the middle grade novelist. For your middle grade reader, then definitely Easter in Danger is the book to get, okay? And here it is right here. Here's the cover, and if you can see that, Easter in Danger, and it is such a fabulous book. You have to get it. It is spectacular in terms of character development, the story, the pace at which it keeps you turning the page. There are so many great things about this book that I just can't say enough of it. And, you know, it's really wonderful to see parents really excited about their children's literary future as well. So I hope that you support this young author. I hope that you'll read her book and that you'll buy it and that you will leave a review. And just know that it is an exciting time for everybody here at Pandamonium Publishing House to have such a young author on our team. So welcome, Kennedy N. Kerr. We've got the N because there is a different Kennedy Kerr. She writes other stuff. Our Kennedy Kerr is Kennedy N. Kerr, and you can find her books online and also on our website. So I just wanted to tell you too, this book is packed not only with adventure, but also with a recipe, with activities that you can do on your own or as a group or as a family. And it's a really great opportunity to kind of discuss the plot and what happened and what would you do. And there are discussion questions in there as well as a little bit about Kennedy and her journey as an author, and also what she's working on next. So I think that that's so fun, and we should absolutely celebrate her, because what a wonder to be 8 years old and to write a middle grade novel like this. I think that's such a spectacular thing to do. And I really want to say that your support means everything to our authors, and we appreciate you so much for purchasing our books and for leaving reviews and for taking the time to tell people about, you know, the books that you read and the books that you enjoyed. We really appreciate the word of mouth kind of authenticity of people who are sharing our books and talking about literacy. That's what we really want to do. Teachers, if you're out there, Easter in Danger is such a fantastic book for your class to talk about, to have those discussion questions that are in the back. You can absolutely directly use those. If you want to make up your own questions based on that, you can as well. The chapters are nice and quick, and they have a really great pace that's going to keep you hooked. So I hope that you will enjoy that. So that is Easter in Danger, Swift Kid Mysteries by Kennedy N. Kerr, and you can find it all over the place. It should be uploaded to Indigo in the coming week, I would say, at the most. And then also it's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and you can get it as an ebook or you can get it in print. So check it out, Easter in Danger by Kennedy N. Kerr, and this is the first book in a series. So this is the Swift Kid Mysteries. You got to check it out. It's really, really great. That is all about Kennedy's middle grade novel. Now I'm going to talk about some other books that are coming out as well. We've got To Live and Die in Noir City by Michael Peters, and this book is like based on film noir, and it's got a really wonderful type of vibe to it that just sits you right beside the characters, and it allows you to experience what they're experiencing. And it's kind of 4 short stories rolled into one that intersect. So it's a really different way of reading, but it's very, very enjoyable, and all of them kind of run together. And I feel like this book is one of those things that you would kind of immerse yourself in if you were in a film noir. You know, one of those smoke-filled type of places where you're listening to the piano bar play and you've got maybe a drink sitting beside you, and you walk in and you see all these people who are dressed in a certain way. Like, he really gives you such an immersive experience, and I frankly couldn't put it down. And you know what? The editing process was great. You know, not a lot of changes, which was awesome. And it's always nice to work with authors who do such a great job on their craft. And they make it so easy for everybody involved to get it to publication and get it here on time and to get it to print. So I really want to thank all of my authors for being so good at what they do. And with Mike's book, we actually, here's a story behind the story. We couldn't decide on 2 covers, so we actually wanted to incorporate one of the covers, and he said, you know, maybe we'll put it as one of the pages inside. And I thought to myself, you know what, we can do better than that. Let's subtly put it at the back. So the first cover, the front, is what you see that we decided on, and the backup cover that we really wanted as well is actually on the back side. So it's on the back cover, very subtle. That's where the synopsis is. But those were the 2 that we were deciding between, so we decided to incorporate them both. That's going to launch soon. That is going to be something that you're going to be able to find same places, Amazon, Indigo, Barnes & Noble, online, on our website, okay? And we're going to have a launch for Mike. We haven't decided where or when yet. We're kind of hammering out the details, but as soon as we find out that information, we will share that with you. And then hopefully you'll be able to join us. Also, another book that is coming out is All the Best Dragons Are Readers. I always say that reversed. All the best readers are dragons, but all the best dragons are readers. That is by Nicole Lane, and that is a children's picture book. This is her 2nd book that she has out, and it is a sequel to I'm a Book Dragon. And it's this wonderful story. I'm not going to spoil it for you because her launch is in October. So it's this wonderful story about how reading can take you places, and it can kind of transport you to all different places around the world and different scenarios and let you become all of these things. And we truly, truly believe that at Pandamonium Publishing House. So this book is such a great sequel. It's so fun. We really enjoyed, you know, Melanie's illustrations on this. She's got such a unique and wonderful way of illustrating. So she uses pen and she uses, I believe it's watercolor or pencil crayon, and it just gives it this really interesting look. And I absolutely love that you can see the pen strokes. That's one of my favorite things. So I really enjoyed the illustrations for this. There's an activity inside of that one as well that is find the ducks. I think there's something like 70 ducks in this book. You don't have to find them all, but there are a ton of them. And the kids can find them on each page, and then at the end we give them specific ducks to find. So that's a really fun exercise as well. There are discussion questions in there, and of course we love our teachers. So if you are doing a classroom reading, or if you want to bring this book into your collection, let us know. You can email us at pandapublishing8@gmail.com, and we will be happy to help you with your orders. Also, if you want to do school visits, we are open to that as well. You can contact me, pandapublishing8@gmail.com, and I can set you up with the author, and you can figure out a date and a time and a place for us to read in your class. Another book coming out is, surprise, I wrote another one, and it is called Welcome Fall. And I've actually got it up on my screen here, but I'm not going to share it with you. And it's a children's picture book. It's just something really simple, super easy readers. So I would say your reluctant readers, your kids who are just kind of on that cusp of struggling maybe a little bit with vocabulary, things like that. This is a very simple word count, and it just talks about celebrating fall and the wonderful warmness of the season coming up. So how do bears welcome fall, for example? Well, in the story, they are, the bear is sitting there in this really comfy, cozy chair, and he's sitting by the fire, and he's got a cup of hot honey tea. So that's what he's drinking. And Welcome Fall is also illustrated by Lauren James, and she's a new illustrator to us. She is one of our interns, and she has done a phenomenal job. This looks like beautiful watercolor, and I just can't wait to share this with you. So this is a gorgeous book. Absolutely can't wait for it to come out. It's going to drop on October the 1st. And speaking of October the 1st, we have been getting messages about our long-awaited anthology called Darkness Falls. And that anthology is based on a collaborative effort of authors who sent in their work, and we actually had to pick from a group, which was one of the hardest things ever, because everybody was so good at sending in their work and just immersing us in their stories and their worlds and giving it that spooky fall vibe. So that was really, really impressive. And we also we're so overwhelmed by the response. It was wonderful to see so many people have that creative talent, and that was really great to see. So October the 1st, the anthology comes out, Darkness Falls, and what we're doing with the proceeds is we are donating the proceeds to the Erie Wildlife Fund. And what they do is they take injured animals, wildlife that's been found, in different situations, and they either rehab them and release them into the wild, or they provide care for them for the life of the animal. And I'm excited to work with them because I think they're doing really great work in the community. They're really helping animals that are in dire straits, and we love animals here, you know that. So we thought, what better an organization to work with than to collaborate with the Erie Wildlife Fund. So we're doing that. So those proceeds from the Darkness Falls, let me get that right. I have so many books going on in my head right now that are coming out that we've had to get to print and to press. So Darkness Falls, that's the fall anthology with, I think it's 15 authors who contributed, and this is just like the seasonal type of spooky vibe, like I said before, and it gives you kind of that experience where you feel like, fall has arrived. And I don't know about the weather where you are, but it was 29 degrees here in Alberta, so that is not fall-like whatsoever. We do have some leaves falling off the trees, though, that are pretty crunchy, so I mean, that could be considered fall-like, I suppose. But this book is going to give you those warm, spooky, October, crunchy leaves, fall sweater vibes, and I hope that you really enjoy it. And just a huge thank you to Vanessa and Patricia, who were our interns who worked with us on that anthology, and they were just phenomenal working with authors and getting their stories back to them and making suggestions for edits and facilitating all of the communication. Like, this book would not have been possible without their efforts. So I really, really want to thank Vanessa and Patricia for just making this work come to life, with all of their hard work and dedication to making it the best it could possibly be. So a lot is going on at Pandamonium Publishing House. I hope that you will check out all of the books coming out, and we can't wait to bring you those as soon as they're ready. So watch for announcements. pandapublishing8@gmail.com. If you have any questions or you don't know how to order a book, I can help you with that. If there's something that, you know, what I mean by you don't know how to order a book in terms of like where to find it, or it's not coming up on your search or things like that, I can definitely help you with that. So just drop us a line, and then check out pandamoniumpublishing.com, because we have our whole collection listed there, and you can find all of the books that we publish. Now, there are some missing on there, so we do have to upload those, but the most recent ones, definitely Kennedy's is on there. Nicole's will be up there soon, and so will Mike's, and so will my new book coming out as well. So wait for changes. Check it out. In the meantime, you can order off of Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Indigo soon, and all of those great places. So please consider leaving a review. That really helps authors. That allows us to, you know, get the word out. People check reviews before they buy books, so if you could leave us a review, you know, if you enjoyed the book, that would be so wonderful and very, very helpful. So everybody have a great Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you get to reading, because there's no better time to read than in fall. I want to tell you about a book that I'm reading. I'm going to do another post about that, but it's like a cozy romance. That's one of my guilty pleasures, and it is not going well. Okay, just a couple of things where I'm like, I don't know, I don't think that I would have, like, you know, had that in there type of thing. But yeah, I'll tell you why, and I'll give you my review on that book in a couple of days maybe, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm just reading a lot of things right now, but I'm very excited to bring to you our recommendations from Pandamonium Publishing House with our super talented, fantastic authors and illustrators. And thank you for supporting our work. We really appreciate it. So, Easter in Danger, get it on our website, all over the place, and make sure you check out our entire collection, pandamoniumpublishing.com/shop.